Hello again, my friends. We are doing a what's in my bag. And for some reason, this past weekend, I woke up and decided that I needed a new baggu. You know, I don't care if you call me a trend follower. I don't care if you call me influenced. I needed this butter yellow bag. I was tempted to get the dusty pink, which was more of a lavender, but then I realized my phone case is lavender, my AirPods are lavender, and my new Owala water bottle was also lavender. So I was like, I can't be that lady. I'm not old enough to be that lady. But I just know when I turn like 70, I'm gonna be decked out in lavender purple, similar to that old lady in green. I am accepting my fate, but we are gonna postpone it a little bit longer because this butter yellow is just, it's too good. Anyways, like I was saying, we are doing a what's in my bag. Well, for starters, whenever you get a new baggu, you gotta customize it to you. So I just added this cute little selvage denim ribbon thing. And I got this from when I ordered my Imogene and Willie jeans. They just wrap your package up in like this like little scrap of denim, which I thought was so cute. And then I tied it like this and it looks kind of like a denim ballerina. Also, I'm sure you guys have seen this baggu mod already, but I just added this like key ring thing to the strap for if and when I want to clip on my keys, which I'll show you in a bit. And the last little thing is this cute little knot that I tied to kind of just get the rest of the strap nice and neat and out of the way. But I saw this video on how to tie it and it's just so darn cute. So I had to be just like her and I did that. All right, I know you're dying to see what's inside, so let's get to it. Let me dump everything out. This is pretty much the extent of what I carry. I don't like to carry too much, but if I'm going to be out and about all day, this is what I carry. I've got my keys, my vlogging camera, a tape measure, a notepad and pen, headphones that you plug in because I'm not good at remembering to charge stuff, my sunglasses, my phone, my wallet, and some random knickknacks in this pouch. All right, up first is this little cosmetic case. This case is from Imogene and Willie. Surprise, surprise, I love Imogene and Willie. But in here is just a bunch of cosmetics, hair stuff, and I don't really know what else. So let's open it up. I have this Tower 28 Lippy. I only like this color if it's put on really sheer, because otherwise it's just too much for me. But oh my gosh, does this smell amazing. And the color is pretty cute too. I have this Kitsch hair perfume, which smells so good. I feel like it almost smells like Glossier You, one of those varieties. I also have some hand sanitizer. This one is in the rose water one, and I don't really like this scent, but I need to use it up. I have this little cinnamon roll comb for my bangs and really just my hair. I got this when we were in Japan and I thought it was so cute and it has come in handy, so I'm really happy I got it. I have my favorite blush from Merit Beauty. This is the Terracotta Flesh Balm, and this is the most beautiful, natural, tan, sun-kissed blush that I've ever tried. Let me just look at that color. For me, this is the perfect shade to just look like I've been out in the sun a little bit. And then the rest of the stuff that's in here is just hair clips, bobby pins, and hair ties because, like I said, I have bangs and sometimes you just need things to manage them. All right, the next thing is pretty important. It is my wallet. Now, I'm sure most of you know by now that my husband, Sean, works at Ridge. I'm pretty biased towards this wallet. Anyways, I have solely been using Ridge wallets since 2017 when I met Sean. They're so cute, they're compact, and I am so glad that they have cute colors now. This one is in the lavender color and it's my favorite one. Continuing on the lavender trend, this is my phone. This is the iPhone 15 Pro, and really there's nothing special about it. But I did get this new phone case, which is so hard to be able to tell the color of. It's like a pearlescent color. So it looks purple, it looks white, it looks green. But I don't think it really gets picked up on camera, besides it looks kind of purple. This is my phone wallpaper that I made forever ago. I made a TikTok about it. You can go watch it. All right, I bought my first pair of designer brand sunglasses, and these are from Loewe. However, I bought these at Nordstrom, and I kind of bought them on a whim, so I didn't really do my due diligence, but they scratched. And they scratched because, according to all the product descriptions I was able to find online, they don't have anti-scratch resistant coating on them. So, Loewe, why? Why? You'd think a $300 pair of sunglasses would have that, but they don't. I have way cheaper ones that have never scratched before, and I refuse to use sunglass cases because they're just annoying, they're bulky, and usually I'm always wearing them on my head. I think I just might get the lenses replaced. Maybe I'll get polarizing lenses because these aren't polarized either. Not that I know what polarized lenses really do, but all I'm saying is you'd think that they'd think to put these in there. If they're not being designers, what is a designer brand doing? I also have some good old-fashioned plug-in wired headphones. I like to carry these just because sometimes I never remember to charge my wireless headphones. Also, these are pretty bulky and heavy to be carrying around on the daily, so I like to pack these, you know, just in case of emergencies. All right, one of the best life hacks I can ever share with anybody is to write down everything you need to do with a pen and paper. Also known as a to-do list, these two things help my brain tremendously. If I don't write it down, I just don't do anything. Or I just forget, and then it feels like I am overwhelmed with things I need to do, but I can never remember what they are. Anyways, that's my biggest tip. Just write it down. Write it down. Anyways, I have a lot of little notepads like this, so I just grab one and write it down. The next thing I like to carry around with me is this little tape measure thing. As you know, I'm decorating my house, and sometimes I need to desperately measure something. And just having one of these handy is so helpful. Also, as an avid online shopper, I'm constantly measuring my body to make sure I know what size to get, according to certain brand sizing charts. Anyways, I like carrying this. Kind of weird, but it's really helpful. All right, the next thing I have is not sunglasses, but my vlogging camera. This past weekend, my For You page was spot on, and I saw this video, and I knew it was meant for me. And this weekend, I went to the Baggu store for this exact purpose, to get this little sunglass case so I can put my cutie patootie DJI Osmo Pocket 3 in my bag. Now, I do have the case for this, but let me show you what that looks like because it's not cute. So this is the case that it comes with, but it's still pretty exposed to the elements, and it's not very cute, and it's kind of bulky. So when I saw that video on TikTok, I knew it would solve all of my problems. All right, the last little thing that I like to carry in my baggu is something that I typically have to carry, and that is my car keys and my house keys. Well, I have a keyless entry, so I don't really need them, but these are just in case that fails. Since I don't carry a case for this, I just dedicate one of the pockets to my sunglasses, so it acts like a sunglasses case. Something like that. That is everything that I typically keep in my bag. The only other thing that I carry, not in my bag, is my water bottle, but that's a little too big to fit in there, which is fine. It's fine because this is already filled to the brim with a lot of stuff. Oh, and before I forget, let me show you my little baggu mod in action. Okay, all right, so this is my keychain. Has a nice little carabiner. And if I want easy access to my keys, all I have to do is clip it to this key ring that I added to the strap. Just have it ready to go. And it looks cute. I just like having an outside option for easy access. And I don't know, you can also just attach cutie little keychains if you so desire. Now, I'm not into the Sunny Angels or the Labubus or the whatchamacallits, but this could be well suited for that if you're into it. Now, this was not an original idea. Of course, I am constantly inspired by things I see on TikTok, and this creator showed me the ways. All right, friends, that is what's in my bag. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more baggu related content, comment down below and I'll make more baggu videos because I love baggu. Thank you so much for watching, and if you made it this far, you're a rock star. And I will talk to you later. Bye!